Now it's time to see who has a heart.
If you put your effort and concentration into playing to your potential, to be the best that you can be, I don't care what the scoreboard says at the end of the game, in my book, we're going to be winners.
This is your fight. Now go out there and take it.
Let me see your war face. Ah! You didn't convince me. Let me see your real war face. Ah! You don't scare me. Work on it.
Welcome to a special edition of Applebee's Tailgate Talk, live on location. Don't go away, Applebee's Tailgate Talk is next. Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65. Daily and Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daily and Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daily and Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. Want to howl with the Havoc this season? Now's your chance from Tailgate Talk and the Huntsville Havoc. Just go to tailgatetalk.net and register your name. Then listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk this Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC Radio as we announce the winners of Huntsville Havoc tickets. Howl with the Havoc this season from the Huntsville Havoc and Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
This is James Clemens girls basketball coach Monica Maxwell, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Good Saturday morning, and welcome to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, coming to you live from the Carton Kelly Gymnasium here on the campus of Calhoun Community College in Decatur, Alabama, or Tanner, Alabama, I would say. We are here for the I don't know if this is the first annual or not, Tim, but we're here for the Calhoun Kickoff Classic. Ball just tipped off for early games. It's Lawson State against Itawamba. And so come on down for a great day of basketball. If you want, this is Todd, the Talent Tomlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. And joining us, just coming in the door, is Coach Clint Legg. Morning, Coach.
Good morning, guys. What a great day to be a Calhoun Warhawk. Huh?
Man, it's good to see this gymnasium finally getting some action, you know, after all the years of it being dormant and nothing. And, man, they've done a wonderful job of redoing this facility. It was always in great shape. I mean, they always kept it up to date and everything. But
miss seeing Fred Fricky down here, though.
Oh, man, Coach Fricky. We had some good ones growing up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Coach Shuttleworth, all those years here.
Yes, sir. Miss Keenum.
Coach Keenum, who retired 2 years ago after being athletic director here for so long and did a wonderful job and brought sports back to Calhoun in the Warhawk name. So just going to be a great day. Look for us on Facebook at Applebee's Tailgate Talk and on Instagram, X at Tailgate Talk AL. You can visit us online at tailgatetalk.net to get scores and archives of past shows. You can also vote on this week's Athlete of the Week poll and enter nominations for future polls as well. Just find the links to download the PAS Plus app for your Android or iOS devices. Follow the Tailgate Talk podcast on iTunes, Amazon, Pandora, iHeart, and other popular platforms. You can also hear us on your Alexa device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus. Or you can call or text us during the show at 256-812-1TGT. That's 256-812-1848. So call or text us, man, and join the show if y'all are part of it. Our calling guests come in by the First National Bank Hotline to Making Communities Great. And the special guest segment is always sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofing, and we always, as always, appreciate our advertisers. Can't do the show without them, and we appreciate them. I guess kind of with that said, while we're sitting here watching a little basketball, I'm going to turn it over to Tim for
scores and more.
All right, he had the winding up of region play, the regular seasons the total seasons for some teams, but at least the ending up of regular seasons last night in football. Ardmore defeated Elkmont in that rivalry game there, 49-8. It was Athens over Russellville, 45-23. Another rivalry for a long time, and Athens folks still. Maybe not so much as Decatur, but Russellville still is kind of a thorn in the side.
Yep.
Tanner ended their season with a 41-0 loss to Sweetwater. James Clemens went down to Homewood and lost that game 24-10, and then East Limestone dropped a 43-7 decision to Shelby County in their last game. Last night, right here at the Calhoun Kickoff Classic, the men beat Montlow State 74-60. They will be playing Volunteer State today at 5, and then the Calhoun women came up short to Itawamba 63-58. They're going to be playing Columbia State tonight at 6:45. So kind of a flip-flopping there. The women will be playing after the men. In volleyball, the Calhoun women lost to Coastal Alabama North in their first round, so that dropped them to the elimination round where they got past Southern Union, so they will be playing Wallace State in the elimination round today. So there you go. Scores and more brought to you by P4 Physical Therapy, delivering world-class outpatient care with a purpose. Visit them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
I don't know if either one of y'all were keeping up with scores much last night. I'm sure you were, but I think that Tanner score was like 41-0 at half, and that second half seemed to fly by really fast. Did they probably went
same at Ardmore? They run the clock in the second quarter and all the way through the next. I guess they agreed to do that, and you've got to agree to do that. And I guess Ardmore going to the playoffs next week wanted to do that. And try to keep the game, close because that is something. Like I tell them, if it keeps it close, that's a rivalry game, a gate money game for both teams.
Oh, heck yeah!
Keep it together.
Yeah.
I know this. I know you guys keep up with a lot of scores, but I just saw where, this year Lindsay Lane had a great volleyball team and they had a great showing. Made it all the way down. I think they finished in the runner-up for the state this year.
Mm-hmm.
Great for them. And
I knew they were making a run. I didn't realize they went that deep.
Right. I went out last night and watched. East Limestone in their game, and
didn't sound good.
No, it wasn't. And
what was it? 49-12.
It was 43-6.
43-6.
Wasn't really. I don't even know if it was that close. By the way, cameo in the background, a little Candy. But I don't know, man. I guess some of those teams are moving on, getting ready for other things. So I know Athens Brick went to that game last night, and he said it was pretty much a tight game right there until the second half. Then Athens blew it out.
Yeah, it seemed like I was keeping up with it on score string. It seemed like it was real tight there, and then all of a sudden, so I don't know if there was a turnover or I don't know how Athens pulled away, but I
just hate, man, that Cody and them didn't win against Hartselle. But all that being said, I think Athens is good enough, and Cody's got them coached up enough, and they're prepared to go on the road. They've been to Muscle Shoals. They've been to tough places.
Yeah.
And maybe they can go down there to, I think they go to Homewood first round.
Yeah.
I think they got a good shot there. You know, Ardmore's got a tough draw. Man, the Ramsey at Legion Field, a tough environment, a tough place to go play on the road.
That's going to be interesting, being in such a huge environment.
It really is.
And then it's got to be a weird thing too, right? Because, I mean, even if there was, say, 10,000 people there, and there won't be, that place still look empty.
Seems like it's 500. And where you got to go to get over there now is not the safest for fans. It's not fan friendly. You want to get in and get out as quick as you can. So,
that's the truth.
So I noticed that. But, you know, last night wasn't a bad night. It was good weather. I saw Brennan out there. And
he's having a big time.
Yeah, he was out there, man. What a loyal guy he is to East Limestone. And
he loves his Indians.
That's right. So now as much as I hate to say it, you know, football's drawing high school ball is, best of luck to the teams in the playoffs, but shut the door. Seems like it gets faster and faster every year.
I mean, this season flew by.
That's right, it sure did. And,
flew by.
Us playing that early week, you know, we've been off for the last couple weeks, so you know, it's just different. I hate. We wish we could have some of the games we played back. You know, I hate that.
No, I do too.
We figured out our mojo at the end. Yeah. It's hard to figure out how good you are when you're playing Mars Hill. You know?
No, that's the truth.
And I predict them. They'll be in it to win it, the state championship. If not win it all again this year.
And they should be. I mean,
they should be. So I mean, we shall see. You know, and
it seemed like every week, Brick was saying, we were in it until halftime,
and it's not just him telling y'all that.
No, it's the truth.
I know. You know, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, because you know I am. If we could quit every game at halftime, we would probably be 9-1, 8-2 right now. Mm-hmm. But you got to play two halves. And Brick and I had a good meeting after the season's over on Monday, and we discussed, you know, some things that I think that he needs to do, some help, you know, some ways we could improve it. And one of the first topics was how do we get better in the second half? You know, and I think some things need to be changed at the way and it's all about what goes on in halftime. But guys, halftime adjustments, some of them need to be made at the end of the series, not at the end of the halftime. Right. And we got the technology now. Everybody on the sidelines has an iPad.
You pull it right up,
and you can go over there and just watch it.
Yeah, it's amazing. I was with Huddle and all the different technology, which they don't even use Huddle anymore, do they? Don't use something else?
Yeah, we got it.
I thought they went to something else for some reason.
It's a great thing. And
I mean, it's insane.
That's right. I know we're skipping around, man, but man, I'm so, you know, I became one of these guys back when I was a kid and got to watch Fernando Valenzuela pitch. I've always loved the Dodgers. I like the Braves. I love the Dodgers, but I'm also a huge Freddie Freeman fan. What a moment for this guy, man. Yeah. What a great series he had.
Yeah, I was so happy for him, man. And his youngest son, he'd gone through a lot of health problems, and he's doing better now. But, you know, he had all that going on in the injuries and stuff. And, I mean, going back to the Braves games, from that World Series into this World Series, didn't he have like 5 consecutive games where he homered in the World Series? I mean, that's insane, man.
But
in that walk-off grand slam, won.
He allows me to have coaching moments with my daughter at home, and she plays first, and we watch his videos on how he prepares before the game. I said it's all about preparation. I said there's nobody that prepares anymore, that does it any better than Freddie Freeman does, and that's why he's so successful at the end. Everybody is good the first month, but I want the guys that's good at the end. He's one of them.
Yep, and if anything, you should be at least as good as, if not better, towards the end.
That's 100%, and he is.
Yep.
Hats off to them, and I'm glad they won. But like I said, once again, he never really wanted to leave the Braves. No. And I hate that for them. I don't know.
That's the world that we're living in now with free agency and the amount of money that's being spent. And now it's crept into our college game, and
that's right. I mean,
kids leaving left and right for.
I'm watching College Game Day before I come down here, and they have Travis Hunter on the game day set. usually those guys aren't. I didn't know he was allowed to travel somewhere and be on a TV show. He's paying for that. But but once again, Nick Saban has a Nick Saban moment to where. I know some of you are watching it. We know Nick Saban, some bakery there at Penn State brought him breakfast, 2 big platters, and of course McAfee dives in and gets a big double sausage croissant with egg, and Saban looks at the platter and he thinks he's off camera and he goes, "What is this, SH?" And they just died laughing at him. I mean, but Coach Saban, without him on game day, it's really terrible. It's not really a good show. He does a great job on there.
I mean, listen, man, he is phenomenal. He's so well prepared. Knows about every team, the players on the team, the coaches, the schemes, what they should run, maybe what they should try. I just love it, man. Yeah. I mean, it just shows you the type of professional that he is.
Yeah, and that brings me to another point. I know I might be the head coach for Alabama, but I'll have no problem calling him in and say, "Coach, I need you every Wednesday to sit in here with me and let me chew it up with you and see what you think."
Yeah.
That's just pride taking over if you're not doing that with the greatest resource in college football.
I agree, and especially at this point with things that are the way they're going on.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say it again. I think it's. I don't know how. We went last week to Missouri, and even though Missouri, was out, their quarterback was out, we still forced him to get on out of the game because he wanted to play. Forced him by running him out of the pocket, and our defense, I think, is playing well enough to win some games. But they held Tennessee to under 30, under 20-something points, and but our offense has got to figure it out, man.
And soon.
I don't.
Yep.
There's a lot of issues there.
Yeah, well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll pick that conversation back up because our guest will be AP Steadham, our SEC guru. So you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk anywhere you go by downloading the PAS Plus app for your Android or iPhone. We'll be back with more after this. P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com.
First National Bank is a name everyone in the community recognizes. We see it in our schools, in our parks, and in our homes. First National Bank is proud to help make our community great. I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Brooklyn Alberton from Clements High School, and I love to help represent First National Bank in my community. First National Bank, making communities great. Member FDIC.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling? Paint peeling off your walls? Shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
He's got a push. Backed up three. In! He got it! Three-pointer at the buzzer to win it! Unbelievable!
Join Play Action Sports for another season of Calhoun basketball. You can hear live action from men's and women's teams streamed on the PAS Plus app on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus or online at pasplus.net. Check out the online archives on the website or on your favorite podcast platform too. And listen for select games on Sundays at noon on WKAC Radio. Calhoun basketball from PAS Plus.
Hey, this is Will Lowry, former safety for the University of Alabama, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate.
I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. I'm all about that action. about that action.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd, the talent, the Tom Erland, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert and Coach Clint Legg. Joining us now is our ACC guru, the man that knows it all, and he is just truly, Coach Legg, just a stud, pure stud.
Absolutely.
AP Steadham. AP, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, good morning. So glad to be on Applebee's Tailgate Talk, WKAC 1080 AM, Athens, Alabama.
Well, man, so where are you coming to us from today? Are you at home in Lower Alabama, or are you on the road?
I eased down over to the east, Jacksonville, Florida.
Nice. Good for you. That'll be a fun day.
Yeah, Florida, Georgia.
2:30 kickoff, right?
2:30 Central, that's correct.
Nice.
Yes.
AP, if Florida wins, I think Napier guy saves his job. Easy. Don't y'all?
Oh, why would you get rid of him?
I know.
If he beat Georgia, why would you do that? When you know Georgia's riding high, and that'd be a feather in his cap and then some.
Yes, sir. I mean, AP, I don't mean to, and listen to say, man, I'm going to dump on somebody right here, but guys, here I'm going to tell you the reason. It can always get worse. You want to get rid of all these coaches, you better have somebody in mind that's going to do it. I'll give you an example.
Well, yes.
AP, you remember UAB had Bill Clark. Now UAB wanted a big name, and now the big name is not really successful right now. You know?
No.
And he built it at UAB, and I mean, that's just a smaller level than where you are today, but it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. You better have somebody well in mind that you think you can get before you just start cutting people loose.
Yeah, you better be his cousin or something.
No doubt.
Yes, sir.
I was going to ask you about this. Did you see AP where Greg Sankey came out and put out a memo to the SEC coaches and staff, athletic directors about the fake injuries, and he's got like a tier level of penalties now involved in that?
Yeah, I didn't happen to see that one, but that's an issue, I guess. But so how do you manage it?
Well,
he has suggestions, or what did he do?
So he's
proposals, or what did he do?
Yeah. So he's got a 3-tiered, I guess, penalty structure laid out. So the first offense, and I didn't see anywhere in there where they were really going to be able to tell, like, what determined if the kid's actually injured or not. But anyway, that aside, head coaches will receive a public reprimand and a $50,000 fine. Second infraction will also lead to another reprimand and a $100,000 fine. And then if there's a third offense, the coach of the offending team will be suspended for the school's next game.
Let me ask you a question. Do you really care when you're watching the game if somebody fakes an injury? So it takes a little longer in the game, slows you up, interrupts your flow. I mean, that's part of the game. So maybe we practice that. We adapt like everybody. You know, the situation arises, we adapt. Oh, they faked the penalty? Okay, good. We're going to come over here. We're going to call 3 more plays. We'll be ready. We'll get back in our flow. How are you going to determine an injury? How are you going to do that?
I mean, that's the thing. Like, and we all see it, right? A kid comes up with a knee or an ankle or whatever, and all of a sudden 2 plays later he's back in there wide open, and we get it. You can tell, like, if a team's running quick offense, right? But you're right. Like, somebody's gonna feel awful bad if a kid comes up and he's got a torn Achilles or something, or ACL.
I always point to the situation years ago. J.R. Richard was a big baseball pitcher, about 6'8".
Houston Astros, I loved him.
People were writing about him, and the man died of a heart issue.
Yep, that's a great point.
But everybody had the answers. All these experts. Pointing to him. Well, what's wrong with J.R.? He's not producing.
Lazy.
Implied that he wasn't giving his best.
Yep.
So just remember, if you want to be on that side of the equation, I don't care to be on that side. I say adapt. Move on and adapt.
Yeah, I mean, because it might be aggravating a little bit, but it's not. It's not like it's happening every other play or anything like that. So it's going to be interesting to see moving forward how they determine, if it's fake or not fake or whatever.
Yeah, I would love to listen to this doctor's explanation at the end of the game.
Well, you got some of these guys who were not even attempting to make it look real, like
no.
Well, I mean, like week before when Alabama, Tennessee, and we just throw the kid on the field and say, lay down. Well, that, that's pretty.
I think he was definitely hurt right there. He was definitely.
He's looking at the coach like, what?
Maybe this is the new strategy. If you can use it, then I'll use it. We won't complain with each other.
But
how's that,
guys? If we talk about the originator of why this all happens, is when we grew up, because I'm in my 50s and you are too, Todd, and AP's just 35, but he might remember this. But listen, man, do you remember when we used to watch Monday Night Football and Sunday afternoon, the NFL Today and all that? The only time they got in a hurry was in the hurry-up offense at the end of the half.
Yeah.
And the reason why this is morphed into something different is because lesser teams are trying to trick the better teams by playing fast.
Yeah.
Run up there and run the same play. Run up there, run up there. If they would make them like in high school football, those crappy referees are going to walk up there and set the ball down. It's the same pace every time.
Yeah.
If they were to tell them, hey, guys, gone is the days of we're going to do it all the same. We're going to set the ball. We're going to play it like we always do. Then you ain't got to fake the injuries.
Yeah, that's your point.
That's just my point. I hate that, man.
I understand your point. That's well taken. But my thing is, if I don't see how you regulate something.
Yeah, it's going to be too tough.
Josh Brown, you're going to tell me that he doesn't have an issue?
Yeah. Especially these turf fields where a kid can tear his ACL just by coming out of a huddle.
Right. Hey, the schedule today, AP. Couple of trap games, I think. I think Ole Miss has a very much a trap game at 11 o'clock today at Arkansas.
What do you think?
Well, Taylon Green, he's dangerous. That trio, if they're healthy, the running back, DeQuinton Jackson, and Armstrong, the receiver. That's a nice trio to have with the Bobby Petrino offense. We haven't seen it succeed. They were shut down at home a week or two ago, right? But you're right about that trap game, because Ole Miss, we know right now, Lane Kiffin, and maybe we'll talk about this next week. What's his best win ever against good teams? I don't know if he has one.
That's right.
I don't know if he has one. Really. Did he have some big wins in the SEC? Let's say 3. Does he have 3 big wins against teams that he upset? Does he?
Not good ones. Not good ones.
Okay, and it's Arkansas. They definitely can score when they're throwing.
Yeah.
So you're right. I think it is a test for them on the road.
That's going to be good. And what about Vanderbilt at Auburn? That's could be interesting.
Oh my goodness, Diego Pavia, 20-point underdog. He's in that situation, not that he is now, but Hugh Freeze, lost to him at Liberty with New Mexico State, lost to him last year by 3 touchdowns at Auburn. Like I said, he is tired of seeing Diego Pavia.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah.
And the sad thing about it is, if Vandy wins, they own the state because they beat us in Auburn.
When was that last said?
I don't know.
69? I don't know.
Another sad thing, if Diego Pavia is a quarterback for Auburn, they're possibly undefeated right now. He's that good.
You realize that series is a 22-21-1 series?
No. Really?
It sure is. 22-21-1 series. Auburn favored by one game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
No idea.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. Hey, maybe Oklahoma can get it straight today. They play that tough Maine Bears. See that?
Maine beat Mississippi State 20 years ago 9-7 at Starkville. They're 4-26 against FBS teams. And this this is their 31st game against an FBS team, so they're 4-26. But they did beat Mississippi State in 2004.
Well,
awesome.
And A&M South Carolina, with A&M being at South Carolina, coming off that big game, and riding that high. I don't know. That might be a little bit. I don't think so, but it could be a little bit of a catch game, depending.
Let's go.
Yeah, 2.5 point favorite.
I know.
A&M, that's it.
What is up with that, man? That's crazy.
Somebody knows something, man.
Yeah.
But how about this with A&M? Leading the conference, playing 2 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
How about that?
And that kid came off the bench last week and just dominated. Yeah. Man, he was on fire.
My thing about quarterbacks, look, everybody, if you're playing 2, you have none. My thing is, he's on scholarship, right?
Yep.
You recruited him, right? You practice every week with him, don't you?
Yep.
So this idea you can't play 2 quarterbacks, I never have bought it. we've seen it many years ago when they ran the options and that type of thing, used 2 and 3 quarterbacks. Why are you practicing with this quarterback and you're saying, well, we can't have 2 quarterbacks? One play, that person's your quarterback. One injury, he's your quarterback. But why are you saying, we can't play 2 quarterbacks? Yeah. Why are you saying that? That's a mentality. That's not true reality. You're practicing. He's on scholarship. You brought him in there for some reason.
They're sure doing it.
If the top man says we're playing 2 quarterbacks, everybody, including the managers, are saying, and the secretary, we're playing 2 quarterbacks, and they're on board.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Being successful, yeah. Well, AP, buddy, tell us who you got coming on with everything you got going on. Your YouTube show, Kelly.
Yeah, on our YouTube channels, you can watch AP and Kelly As We See It. We're on all the stations. You can check that out on our Instagram. We give the schedule every week. We're probably going to, Alabama plays LSU. That's probably a knockout game. We're probably going to have somebody discuss the Alabama-LSU game for sure. Awesome. And that's real important, but we're looking forward to AP and Kelly As We See It. We have a YouTube channel there and at AP Steadham as well. So check out all my interviews today for this Florida-Georgia game. I'll hopefully have some pictures if they let us on the field like usual, but some places are changing their policy.
Oh, well,
so if you don't see any pictures, that's the reason. That's the reason you don't see the pictures for this particular game. Yeah, but thank you so much.
All right, buddy. Well, man, safe travels. Enjoy the game, and we'll talk to you next week.
Hey, thank you so much. Y'all have a good week.
You too, buddy.
Bye-bye.
That was AP Steadham, our SEC guru. We're going to take us a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Hi, this is LaDon Townsend, Limestone County District 4 County Commissioner. Serving you these past 4 years has been an incredible journey. As an independent, I am proud to represent you, and I want to continue working for you, fixing your roads, and fighting for your constitutional rights. With Election Day coming up, many of you have asked how to vote for me. It's simple. Just fill in the circle beside my name, even if you're voting straight ticket. Thank you for your trust and support. Together, let's keep moving forward for a better Limestone County.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Friends of LaDon Townsend, 27485. Maples Road, Lester, Alabama, 35647.
If your place on the water needs some attention, call BP Riverworks. Boathouses, docks, seawalls, and repairs. Call Baron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured, 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
Come see all your friends at Applebee's in Athens, Highway 72 West, just off I-65. 12 minutes guaranteed or it's free Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 7 items to choose from. Can't make it for lunch? Visit them for happy hour, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. or late night. Half-price appetizers with beverage purchase, 6 appetizers to choose from. One of your favorite teams is sure to be playing on the big screen, too. See you tomorrow at Applebee's Neighborhood Grill, Highway 72 Athens, just off I-65.
Takes the snap. He's going to fake the pitch. He's at the 20, the 10. He's going to get a cover. Touchdown, James Clemens.
Be listening for James Clemens High School football this season as the Jets take on the best in Class 7A competition. You can hear every featured game streamed live online at PASnetwork.net on your Amazon Echo device by saying, Alexa, open PAS Plus, or on your PAS Plus app, and later on demand. You can also hear the replays Sunday afternoons on WKAC Radio. Join us for exciting coverage of James Clemens Jets football this season from Play Action Sports.
Hi, this is Athens girls basketball coach Tiffany Tucker, and you are listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd Talent, Tom Erlin alongside producer extraordinary Tim Lambert, Coach Clint Legg, and now we're being joined by the athletic director for the Calhoun Community College Warhawks. athletic director. I just say Coach A.J. Daugherty. Coach, how you doing?
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Hoon, guys.
Man, thanks for joining.
Welcome
us,
back,
man.
I guess.
We appreciate it. Yeah, thanks, and always thanks for having us. So, second year for yourself, correct, or third?
No, I just got here in July.
Why did I
I'm in about my third or fourth month.
That's right.
Todd, before let me do this before we get started, okay?
What?
We started going to softball camps with my daughter in the 8th grade. All right, we've been to a million, well, not a million, but we've been to a lot. And wherever we go, my daughter always goes, I like it here, but I like UAB better because I love AJ. And then come July, and my daughter comes in. The only time she's ever been sad, because she's not sad no more because she's too old to be sad, or so she thinks. She goes, Daddy, AJ just resigned from UAB, and it's broke her heart. So I just want to tell AJ, I appreciate him breaking my daughter's heart coming up here to Calhoun.
And going back, and I guess it's the reason I thought it was your second year, because I know we've talked to you before, and one of the main reasons you took this job was because of your family.
That's right. That's right.
And listen, very successful at UAB, Wallace State, everywhere you've been. That had to be hard. I know Coach Legg knows that feeling, right? Going into administration.
That's right.
The former coach.
AJ's going to soon figure out it sucks.
I mean,
I'm just joking.
Well, I was just down there shoveling popcorn in boxes. I
smelled it.
I get a little taste of it.
You get a little taste of
I probably smell like a popcorn kernel right now.
Oh, that's all right. So, talk about that transition a little bit. Obviously, not being on the field versus now mostly in the office. Obviously, you get to come to stuff like this, and I know there's, especially when you're at a softball game, there's a tendency to still want to coach, man, right?
Yeah, so I went down and watched one of UAB's fall dates. They hosted Wallace State, and Wallace State's head coach was my associate head coach at UAB. Their assistant coach was my assistant coach. He was our pitching coach.
That's awesome.
The majority of my staff moved on to Wallace, and you know, that sort of has a part of my history
family
too.
reunion.
Yeah, so that was kind of neat, and I'm really good friends with the new head coach at UAB. Her name's Taylor Smart. I've known her very long time, and she's going to do great things there. And so, yeah, definitely going back and, you know, being there, and, you know, I went out on the field and visited with several people, former players and obviously former staff members. I'd be lying if I told you it didn't hurt a little bit to walk back out and get in the stands when the game started. But it's been good. To be honest with you, I've been so busy here, I hadn't had time other than little moments like that to really miss it. You know, we roll out of volleyball and cross country and right into basketball. And so the things that come along with that, having the concession stand ready, having workers ready for that, which we're shorthanded today is why I'm shoveling popcorn. But you know, getting eligibility done for men's and women's basketball, and you know, kind of looking ahead to baseball and softball eligibility and academic progress reports, and you know, just there's a whole lot, and you know, I think part of my busyness is just being new. Some of that will settle down, I'm sure, as I go, but it's been phenomenal. They have treated me like royalty. It's, you know, it's something new, it's something fresh, and everybody gets excited about those things, and some of that will wear off, I'm sure, at some point, but I'm sort of in a honeymoon right now.
Yeah, well, yeah, at some point it'll become a job.
No doubt.
You know, but a job that you'll probably always enjoy. So,
well, it keeps me plugged in. Yeah. You know, I try to do a little bit more, I think, than maybe some administrators have a chance to do, but I try to go watch as many even road games as I can. Our volleyball team is competing in the conference tournament this weekend over at Sand Mountain, and so I got over there for the noon game yesterday and flew back over here. And well, actually came here yesterday morning, got the concession stand rolling, drove to Albertville, then drove back over here. Volleyball's about to start up at 11 this morning, an elimination game against Wallace, so I'll be kind of between screens. I'll be helping with concessions, watching the floor here, and trying to watch a live stream of volleyball. So, but I've really tried to plug in and have a relationship still with our student athletes. We have a great group of coaches here, and you know, I've been at a lot of really cool places with a lot of really cool cultures. One of the things that I have been extremely impressed by at Calhoun is the tight-knit coaching staff here. They come out and support each other. They help each other out on game days. I mean, you'll see our baseball coach putting out game day flags out in front of the gym before a volleyball match.
That's awesome.
And you just don't get that everywhere. You sort of get into bubbles. And
you're right. You do. You're kind of on the
So I'm hoping to, you know, continue that and improve that, you know, as well as just, you know, it's time for Calhoun to take another step athletically. We're doing that in expansion, but it's time we also do that in results. We're consistently one of the top 2 enrollment colleges in our state. We have a president that backs us to the heels. I mean, I don't know that I've ever worked for a more supportive president or principal or whatever you want to say in my career, and it's just time for us to take the next step results wise too.
Yeah. Now, how many sports do y'all have now? Because I know y'all have esports, bass fishing, and some of the more.
So we're up to 12. We added cheer. And then, we're staring down the barrel of men's and women's soccer and women's flag football for fall of 25. We have about 180 athletes currently. That'll probably quickly balloon up to about 240 by the time you and I have the same discussion next year. So, we're trying to get some infrastructure in place for it.
I was going to say, where are you housing all these athletes? I know a lot of them are local, but not all.
Yeah, so we're trying to create relationships, and we're also developing plans to build strictly athletic dorms. I know you probably noticed across the river we built some dorms that we share with Athens State for arts students. It's connected to the Center for the Arts down there. Well, there's some plans to do some athletes dedicated dorms, and that'll be a big step for us as a department. But in the meantime, we've just got to continue to do a good job of creating relationships across the community. So if you're out there listening and you've got a housing situation that you could help us out with, we'd love to talk to you about bringing some fantastic young people over there that are just looking for somewhere to lay their head down and come over here and get an education at the same time.
Bring back the old cabanas.
I lived in one, Bubba. The cabanas right down over here.
Yeah.
I've been out there some. That's awesome.
But I was saying with the expansion, infrastructurally, you have to start looking at things from an admin standpoint, like, are we ready to advise 240 students? Are we ready to do compliance and eligibility for 240 students?
That probably has to increase your staff for that level.
No doubt. So it's pretty easy to jump out there and say, oh, yeah, that's cool. We want to add this, this, and this. But we got to make sure we're ready. We want to provide a first-class experience for these student athletes and make sure we've got our ducks in a row before we just jump out there and do something that we're not quite prepared for.
Well, I want to go back to what you were talking about earlier and you attending all these different events. Man, that's got to mean a lot to the student athletes. I mean, when they look up and see their athletic director in the stands or on the field, that's a big deal.
I thought it was pretty cool yesterday. I'm watching volleyball. It's an hour and a half from our campus, and I'm shoulder to shoulder with our president and our new vice president for students. So you've got the president, the vice president for students, and the athletic director sitting in the stands. And, I don't know how well you know Dr. Hodges or have been around him in a game atmosphere, but he's not a quiet guy.
He gets fired up.
He is supportive, and he is vocally supportive, and you will know when he is in the gym or whatever. And so
do the officials know that he's
there?
They
do. They know it too. They know it too. I'll just leave it at that.
That's great, man.
Softball guys too. It's when coach shows up to softball games, I know they seems like picking it up out there too, because when somebody's there that is good and they used to do it and they're your boss, you want to do better for them. And I'm telling you, man, I see nothing but the way like AJ just said, it's we're on a climb here at Calhoun. Mm-hmm. When you get that many people, he's going to have an assistant AD. He's going to have more people to help him. But I like it. Hey, man, how much is this drive cut down your old drive, AJ?
Oh, dude.
What is it now?
It is 13 miles on the nose, and I can do it in 15 minutes. It was 78 miles on the nose, and I could do it in an hour 5.
Man, you had down.
That's a good day. That's everything goes smooth. So that's been a big deal.
That's almost 2 hours there, though.
Oh yeah, on your day,
right?
You go put in a 10, 12-hour day. It's a 12, 14-hour day. Any way you spin it, and so. I've got a 12-year-old son, and he's in junior high basketball and baseball, and I hadn't missed a game yet. I know that's probably coming, but it's just been cool to get to go hit with him in the cage.
I bet.
I bring him up here as a cage right up here, and we'll come up here, and I'll throw to him up here. And, as a dad, that's what you should be doing. And to be honest with you, I hadn't gotten to do a lot of that up until now. And so I'm really excited about, doing things like that with him. I got a 6-year-old little girl she's all into gymnastics and soccer and getting into t-ball and stuff, and so this is really a new chapter for me in a lot of ways, and I hope, my wife may not enjoy it as much as me and my kids do because I'm around more, but she probably wants me to find something else to do.
Yeah, my wife would be like, hey, don't y'all have a game tonight?
Right.
You can go up there if you want to. Yeah.
She's not used to seeing me as much as she's been seeing me.
Yeah.
Now, are games still going to be free?
Yes, so this weekend's a little different because it's a tournament. We for Jamie with volleyball last weekend as a fundraiser, we hosted a little tournament. This is a little fundraiser for men's and women's basketball as well, but generally outside of this weekend, yes, admission will still be free at all of our athletic.
And that's a huge deal too.
No
man.
doubt.
It really is. I mean, that's a gift to this whole entire community, and I hope it makes a difference. A lot of times it's funny. People be like, "Oh, it's free." I don't. You know what I mean? Like, I'll go to the next one. I mean, because you know what I mean. Like, they don't have to worry about it being part of their budget. Especially if you got a family. You get 2 or 3 kids, and then they want popcorn and drinks. Right. I mean, all that could add up quick.
Right.
So that's phenomenal. Y'all do that. It really is.
When you've had a day already in it.
Yes.
So how's it going?
It's going pretty smooth. We got here this morning and we had a little snafu with our overnight cleaning crew. So, me and Hardfile there. Me and several of the staff members, Coach Bird helped us out, but we're trying to change trash can liners and get things together. But other than that, I think the teams have flown pretty smooth. We've had pretty good officiating and no real obvious rifts between teams, and that's always a good thing. So far so good. I think it's been pretty smooth. We sold a lot of food yesterday at the concession stand, and I'm expecting Saturday to be bigger than Friday.
Oh, yeah. Now, is this the first annual?
I do think Coach Powell and Coach Bird want to continue this. As long as this continues to go smooth and we see at the end of it, it's sort of worth it. I mean, we got a good location here at the crossroads of 72 and 65, and it's easy for the Tennessee teams to get here. It's just as easy for the Mississippi teams, with that new I-22 over there and come over and hit 65. And so I expect us to keep doing this, and I think it's a great thing. I think as the community becomes more and more aware of it, you'll see more and more people show up, even for these like early games like this. But tonight, when our women's team plays at 5 and our men's team's back-to-back with them, I think we're going to have a good crowd here.
Yeah, I hope so, man.
And I want people to understand this. When you got kids and you want them to go play and they're going to go to community college somewhere, I tell all of our kids it's been going out looking, our girls basketball, our volleyball girls, and our softball girls. What you want to know, what I want to know as dad, what you want to know as a player is where can you get me after 2 years here or a year or whatever you got to stay here. And with Coach here, if you're with the connections he has, it shouldn't be a question of where I want to go play. If I got a choice between here and other schools, like I'm gonna even throw Wallace out there, and over there on Sand Mountain at those JUCOs over there, Sneed. I mean, but that's what you're wanting to know, and it's a good education because I got one here, and it was a pretty good one back in those days, and it still is, and really good place. A couple of campuses you can go. I had to take some classes over on the Huntsville campus. It's really nice.
It's really nice too.
Really nice still. A lot of things offered here at Calhoun to come get a degree in.
So I was wondering if you had gone here too. So all three of us are alumni.
I did.
Yeah.
But I had to come different reasons than y'all. I had to get my GPA up because I really sucked at UNA. Oh God!
Dude, if yours was worse than mine, and you were bad,
it probably was.
Yeah. So how many teams are in the? I was trying to figure out last night. Are there 22 teams in this conference?
Yeah, they're probably something like that. They don't all support every sport.
Right.
I mean, different sports. Like in softball, I think we had 16, 8 in the north and 8 in the south. So, but there probably are over the sprawl of all sports offered. There are probably about 22 different institutions that offer sports.
All right, we'll just say basketball since we're at the basketball tournament. Obviously, you're not playing every team in the conference, right?
Yeah, no. You're a lot of times what you're doing is you're getting all the north teams, and then you're getting a handful of the south teams. Okay. You may not do a home and home with the south. You may just go to them. It's hard to get to Bay Minette out.
That's what I'm saying.
And them to us, and so and then the conference in certain sports like softball, about half the conference went D2 last year. And JUCO, a lot of people don't know there's 3 levels of JUCO too. There's D1 JUCO, D2 JUCO, D3 JUCO. And it's set up just like NCAA. D1 can offer books, tuition fees, and housing and meals. D2 can just offer books, tuition, and fees, and then D3 offers no athletic scholarships. So we have a similar setup to the NCAA in that respect, and our state does not offer housing as part of scholarship, whether you want to compete at the D1 level or the D2 level. So some of our conference members, like in softball, chose to go D2 last year because it's like, hey, if that's who we're going to compete against, we're going to offer those type scholarships. Yeah. That's where we need to be competing. And some people stay up to D1 because they feel like it's sort of a pride thing, or we belong there athletically versus in the D2 level. And so I think we've got some things to figure out as a conference. Some of that, is decisions that we have to, rely on the legislators to make. But, what's really cool is a lot of people don't know that and how competitive we still are nationally, even at the D1 level. And, like Wallace State softball's won 2 national championships, and they've never offered housing as part of a scholarship. And they're playing against teams every year that do. Yeah. And so that's really cool. And there are many, many other examples. But it's really neat to watch our conference and our school and our conference continue to expand athletics. And I appreciate you guys being here today, too.
Well, we thanks for the opportunity, man. You've done a wonderful job so far. It's only going to get bigger and better.
We hope so.
Under your leadership, and we know it is. We know you got a great staff and a lot of great coaches. So
if loving the Warhawks is wrong, hey, I don't want to be right.
That's right. Well, man, thanks so much for joining us. That was Athletic Director A.J. Daugherty, and we're going to take us a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
While others have come and gone, the Lions Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lions Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lions Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook, The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right.
For screen printing, sign printing, banners, logo design, and more, look no further than That Shirt Printing Place. Located at 709 North Jefferson Street in Athens. Call 256-444-1827. That Shirt Printing Place. Visit them online at thatshirtprintingplacellc.com. Look for them on Facebook too. That Shirt Printing Place. 256-444-1927. That Shirt Printing Place.
Right now on a podcast platform near you. The Wingmen.
There's someone on the way. Something.
Join us live every week this football season as Kirk Pierce, Johnny Johnson, and Brad Kimbrough talk James Clemens Jets sports. The Wingmen.
We're winging it, Jerry.
On your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app on your Alexa device by saying Open PAS Plus and online at jcwingmen.net.
Hi, y'all. This is former Rams cheerleader Jennifer Cobb, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
When you're born in this world, you're given a ticket to the freak show.
So you're a control freak?
It's just a freak show anyway.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Halftime of this basketball game. So we got a little bit of nice music playing in the background, jamming out.
On the ones and twos.
Yeah, we're here at Carlton Kelly's Gymnasium on the campus of Calhoun Community College. And we're being joined now by our Havoc hookup, the man of the year, Clay Coleman. Freak Daddy, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, guys. How are y'all doing this morning?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Before we get into a little bit of hockey, just want to talk a little bit about James Clemens Jets football, tough loss last night down at Homewood.
Yeah, Birmingham football is different, man.
It is.
You hate to say it, and I don't even know what to put a pinpoint on it or whatever, but it's just they're a well-oiled machine. And, James Clemens all year, the two running backs, Cam Berry and MJ Gideon, had a lot of plays where they would have that first contact, but then they would break free. They didn't have that last night.
What happened, huh?
When Homewood hit you, they tackled you. I mean, they were very well disciplined, and it was one of those things. I felt like we were in it early. I mean, it was 3-3 at the beginning. Then they went up 10-3, and I felt like we still could do it. We just couldn't push it through. And like the last little bit, just the last couple scores or whatever, it just was just more of a just lack of discipline on some of our part and things like that. But hopefully they'll be able to at least have a better showing against Central Phoenix, but it's not going to get any easier.
Yeah, and Athens actually has to travel to Homewood next week for their playoff game, I believe.
Yeah, they do. I was messaging one of the guys with Athens last night, and he was kind of asking me what I thought, and I was like, "You want me to be honest?" I was like, "We beat y'all in a scrimmage early in the year. I mean, I don't know. Athens really going to have to bring it to score points on that team. They're good."
I imagine. Now,
and I hate to say it, I cheer for anybody that I know, and I definitely don't want to cheer for Birmingham.
No, none of us do. They've been dominating us for way too long. I don't know how to figure it out. But so how's Tim doing? Because I mean, this is probably how many games have they lost this year? 3.
It'll be 4.
So that's probably the most games he's ever lost.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
In the season. And it's his senior year, bless his heart. So obviously he's had a lot of individual accolades, and that's awesome. But I know as far as the team goes, it's being a senior. I know it's got to be hurtful to him, But
yeah, absolutely. Well, and I kind of use it as life moments with him. He and I've had talks, and I said, I've always felt like that. Sports is fun, but it's what you learn from the sport that carries on. And I'm like, man, if I could tell you that today will be the last time you ever get your tail kicked, I think I would be giving you a very big lie.
Yeah, I mean,
so life is going to hit you, and
there's going to be losses in life, whether it's a person you love, a job, a friendship, whatever. There's always going to be losses, but you know what? You bring up a great point. That's how anybody that's played sports, team sports in particular, man, you learn so much how to deal with that kind of stuff. So
100%.
Yeah.
Well, now you were at Homewood last night and not at the Havoc game. Can you still give us any details on that?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I mean the Havoc
big win.
They went down early and then came back and scored one goal in the second and then 2 at the end. I mean, they played Evansville tonight. It'll be the 3rd time in a row that they played Evansville. So it should be a fun game at the VBC tonight. It's sold out earlier in the week. So anybody that, if you don't have tickets, I apologize. You're not going to be able to get in.
You're not coming.
But that's just kind of the new way of Huntsville Havoc hockey, that if you're waiting to walk up the night of, it's just not going to happen.
That's good. That's a great problem to have, though. Not as a fan,
absolutely.
but as a
tonight will be small dog races, and the big story tonight of all of it is it's the first time of the year that I'm with the team. I mean, that's a huge thing, right?
Well, heck no pressure for you,
though. I didn't make opening night for the first. Yeah, no, I didn't make opening night for the first time in a long time because of Tim playing football last week, and so I get to actually do my first Havoc game tonight of the season in year number 19. So should be fun.
Well, now is this Cole's last night of suspension?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then tonight is they're going to retire Sod Nutkovic's jersey.
That's a big deal. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Hey, I got a question that I probably asked you before. I guess I could have Googled it, but I didn't. When you're looking at the standings, why are OTLs, overtime losses, when you look at the standings, it doesn't look like they count in the standings. It's like the record's 4-0 or 4-0-1.
Yeah, so what they do with that, which, I think it's kind of just a tip to the hat. Like, if you get to overtime, you shouldn't be completely penalized totally, right?
But do you get any points out of it or anything?
You get one point for an overtime loss.
All right, there we go. All right.
Yeah. So you get a point and then 2 points for the win.
Okay.
That makes it a little bit where it's like sometimes they'll call it free hockey in a sense, where it's you get the extra time, but yet, you're not going to get as bad as a loss. So I think it's a good thing.
I like that. I like that. I do. It was 3-1 last night. Robbie Fisher, Matt Allen, Benito Poza, 3 different people scored. So, it looks like the puck was traveling around to different folks. That's pretty good.
Yeah. They're looking good. My thing is, I don't like them peaking early.
Yeah.
Because you want to, but I mean, the fact that they're playing together, I think there's 13 guys that are back from the previous year. So that's a good thing where you got kind of a little bit of a good core of guys that have played Havoc hockey before.
Yeah, no doubt.
So that's a good thing. So that helps.
So we got Evansville tonight, then Macon, Knoxville, and Pensacola all 4 in a row next home games. Do you know?
Yeah, get some good home time.
Yeah, heck yeah. Do you know if the Macon, Knoxville, and Pensacola games what they are as far as sellouts, not sellouts yet?
They're not sold out yet. No, they are not. They're not. So tickets available for those. Yeah, but like I said, the pace that they're going right now, it's looking like that. About a week out, you better have your tickets.
Okay.
I think they announced on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week that this game for tonight was sold out.
Okay. So that's why I wanted to bring that up. Tell fans, if you want them, you better go get them, or you're not going to get them at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Clay, buddy, man, thanks as always for joining us. We will talk to you again soon. We're going to have to get you and Tim both back. We're going to get y'all in the studio one day, man.
Yeah, I think we'll try to maybe work next week, maybe.
Awesome. Okay. Good deal, man. Well, all right, buddy. Well, have a great week, man. And we will talk to you soon.
All right, sounds good.
All right, brother. That was Clay Coleman, Freak Daddy, our Havoc hookup. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Kiani Houston and Hayden Hatton. This week's Howl with the Havoc winners. They each pick up tickets to see the Huntsville Havoc in action this season. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your name. You may be our next winner. Tailgate Talk will be right back.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and smart home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your smart home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
What is community? I'm a First National Bank Student Advisory Board member, and I am alone from Tanner High School. And to me, community is supporting those who connect us. First National Bank proudly supports our neighbors, businesses, schools, and organizations that make Limestone County a great place to live and work. First National Bank, making communities great. Member FDIC.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens. Your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug. Caring for you and about you.
Keep up with local school, travel, youth, and amateur sports throughout the week with the Play Action Sports Update. Listen weekday mornings at 7:30 and weekday afternoons at 1:30 and 3:30 as we bring you the latest scores, news, and announcements from Limestone County and surrounding communities. That's the Play Action Sports Update 3 times a day, Monday through Friday on 1080 WKAC.
Hey, this is East Limestone girls basketball coach Jessica Thompson, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Ty, the town of Tomerlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert and Coach Clint Legg. Joining us now, Alabama legend, Dallas Cowboy legend, and just overall great man, Coach Legg, and that is Sherman Williams, man. Sherman, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing well, my man. How you doing today? Everything good?
Man, yeah, couldn't get any better. Sitting here getting to watch some college basketball. Just saw a dunk. Yeah. And they getting it on. Yeah, man. So we're happy.
Yeah, man. I'm glad, man. That's a good thing. They making it happen. So that's a good thing. So sports is always a fun event, man. It's good to be able to do it. And I know you love the sport. So that's a good thing.
Absolutely. So before we get into the golf tournament coming up and what all you've got going on at the Palmer Williams group and all, I want to talk to you a little bit about football. So obviously, you've been an Alabama star and then all, and through the years, now Nick Saban's gone. Now we got a new coaching staff. What have you seen this year that you like and don't like?
Well, what I really like is the point that we started out winning. It's easy to think about what happened over the last few weeks or whatever, but it would have been a whole different situation had we started out losing. But we have to understand that it's a transition and everything. I like the way we have started to pick up the running game. We ran the ball much better over the last few weeks. And, we got a chance. We right there controlling our own destiny. It's a transition coming from Coach Saban to Coach DeBoer, so we can't expect it just to be all roses on the first year. So we got to give Coach DeBoer a chance. I think Coach DeBoer is the guy for the job. I think we got the right coach. He's got a winning record. He's had a winning record when he came to us. He still have a winning record. But I just would like to see the running game pick up a little bit more. Our defense play a little more aggressive. But I think that we right there where we need to be as a team. We can get a little more chemistry. And some of the antics with some of the stuff going on with some of the discipline areas for us, kids acting a little wild on the field during the game and that type of thing. I think we'll get that under control.
Yeah.
But I just feel like we right where we want to be. And I think we got as good a chance as anybody. Georgia beat Texas. We beat Georgia. So, it's just how it is. Yeah. It's anybody's game right now. So we'll figure it out. A&M beat LSU. So it's a whole lot of things out there that need to be done.
Yeah, a lot of football left. I just hope that Vanderbilt game doesn't come back to bite us on the butt. That's the only, that loss could potentially hurt. But like you said, a lot of football left, and we'll see where it goes. I wanted to ask you this because I couldn't really find anything on it. And I got a couple websites that got stats, but so you were the first player in 1990 when you were at Blount County to rush for over 3,000 yards in a single season, which is just unbelievable. Do you know if that record still stands by chance?
Well, I think some guys had done it. I was the first, but I think about 3 or 4 guys have eclipsed that mark since I've done it. Back in Blount High School, that's in Mobile County. That's Blount High School in Mobile. But since then, I think a couple guys may have made that feat in some lower class divisions. But I think that we had a great coach, man, Coach Ben Harris. We had a great team. We won the state championship that year, so that was the number one thing we was trying to do was win the state championship, so we was able to do that. So that's really what we wanted to do. But rushing for 3,000 yards in a single season was great, man. I'm really proud of that. It's something I can look back on, my grandkids and everybody can look back on and see how things happen and everything. So it's a proud moment for me. But, I like what we did by winning the state championship as well.
Well, talking about that state championship, you're one of the very few men that can probably ever say this, walking earth, high school state championship, college national championship ring, and then a Super Bowl ring. That is amazing.
Right. Absolutely. So to be able to capture that, man, you got people who never play a long time on professional levels, play all the way through that, has never had the opportunity to win one championship. But to be blessed enough by our Creator, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, and the message, to be able to win one championship is a great feat. But to win a championship on every level, that's just something that I couldn't imagine myself, a script that I couldn't write myself. It had to happen only through the grace of God, so I give God the glory for that, and I appreciate it. I'm very grateful to be in that situation and play with some great players, play with some great coaches, been in some great institutions, and just, the Dallas Cowboys, man, it's America's team, play on America's team. It was a dream come true, a fulfill of a lifetime achievement to play with the Dallas Cowboys and win a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Hey, Sherman, man, awesome. I love talking to this guy.
I know it.
But I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say this, Sherman. It was America's team when you were there. Man, hard to say that right now with what's going on in Dallas today, man.
Yeah, I know, man. It's tough. It's a tough thing to have that type of atmosphere, man,
That's right.
where everybody is expecting so much, high expectations. When you go on the field, you got a product out there, everybody expecting so many things. And when you have that star on your helmet, you become that target.
Right.
So, man, the Dallas Cowboys is either you love us or you hate us. It's no in between. It's us and 31. That's what I tell everybody. It's us and the other 31. So if you don't cheer for the Cowboys, you cheer against the Cowboys. And that's just what it is.
It's the same with Alabama. You played it two places like that.
Yeah, you played it two times.
Everybody hates them.
Love or hate.
I'm going to tell you what I've always appreciated about Alabama football, and we got it this year, is we've always had, and Sherman was dang sure one of them, a great, we can go through the list of naming running backs, man, just naming them off. And right now in the league, my opinion is the two best dudes in the league are Najee Harris and Derrick Henry, and both Alabama studs. Josh Jacobs up there with them. Josh Jacobs. I'm just saying, and I think Alabama, once we figure out offensively that we got to be committed to a running game with also number 4 running the football like he is, a big time back. He's fastest guy in college football, really could be. Showed it against Georgia. When he gets that back, Sherman, maybe he's hurting a little bit or dinged up, or because I don't understand why a guy with that talent, arm talent as well as running talent, I think we need to use him more to go along with Jam Miller and Justice Haynes right now.
Right. But I understand.
But hey, man, I remember back in the day. I mean, I'm so old. I remember Tell me if I'm right here, Sherman. Blunt the Leopards. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
How about that? How about that? That's right, man. Was that not back in the day, Sherman, when we played the state championship games? It wasn't, or did y'all get to play like in Birmingham?
Nah, you played whoever had the highest seed.
So where did y'all play? Where did y'all play?
We played at Pritchard Municipal Stadium down in Mobile, Alabama.
Who did y'all beat?
Where our home field was at the time in '90. We played the Homewood Patriots down there, and they had a good back and a good quarterback, Robert Davis and Jay Roberson. So it was a classic matchup, and we did what we did, and we came out victorious. And it was a great game, though. We played in front of our home crowd, so it was a great atmosphere, and we was able to get the victory, my man.
That's exactly right.
So Sherman will tell you this quick story. You're going to think I'm a nut, and I actually think I told you this last time we interviewed you a few years back, but. So we're at LSU, Alabama LSU game, probably 91, maybe 92, I don't know, probably 92. And, sitting in the end zone, cheering on our Tide, and every time you got the ball, there was a group sitting in front of us, and every time you touched it, they were hollering, whoop appeal, whoop appeal.
Right.
And we were like, finally I asked them, like, what are you talking about? And they're like, oh, man, my man played basketball so good, he could dribble that ball, which is a peel, right? That's what we called the basketball back in the day. He said he can whoop that peel. And so it was whoop appeal. So every time I see something of you or hear your name, I always think whoop appeal. So
right, exactly. I love playing multiple sports, man. I was an athlete coming up. I played every sport, so you know how it is when you play in every sport. You try to be the best you can, but football was my passion, and I fit the sport. So football just took me to another level where I wanted to be. So I kind of like faded out, but I still had opportunities to participate in other sports and everything. So I was grateful for that.
Yeah.
So what classification was your?
We were 5A at the time.
5A. Okay.
That's right.
So moving away from football into what you're doing now, Palmer Williams Group. You and David Palmer established it. You've got a big golf tournament coming up on the 17th. You're having your gala the night before, correct?
We are. We have a gala that's down there in Mobile, Alabama, the downtown, at the Marriott Battle House Renaissance Hotel, to where people can come out and be a part of what we have going on. We also have a golf tournament on November the 17th at the Spring Hill Golf Course. But people can go on our website at palmerwilliamsgroup.org and learn more about our organization and what we do in the community, so everybody can get out there and learn more about that. So visit our website, palmerwilliamsgroup.org, and you can learn more about what we do.
Yeah, and y'all are doing great things. I mean, you're dedicated to helping disadvantaged youth, and you teach family values. You work with them on education, about overcoming life's challenges. You've had your bumps in the road, and God's brought you through it to the other side. Written 2 awesome books, Crimson Cowboy, The Rise and Fall of a 3-time champion, and Crimson Cowboy, Peace Between the Lines, Volume 2. And I recommend those books for those that may be listening. What you're doing now and giving back so much to these youth is incredible, man. What led you and David to get together and decide to do this?
It's just like you were saying, our book, The Crimson Cowboy. People can also visit our website at crimsoncowboy.com and pick up copies of the book. It's just our life, our history, our background, our sports, our everything that we come up through and all the struggles. And we know that children are still struggling in certain areas that we struggled in ourselves. So we use our personal experience to try to help benefit children that might be struggling. And we put an organization called the Palmer Williams Group together about 2013. So we've been operating now 11 years, just helping children in the communities of Mobile, Baldwin County, Birmingham, Jefferson County. We just go all over the state of Alabama helping children, putting on camps and clinics. So to do our fundraising, what we raise funds is by our books. People purchase our books and they get books and they get footballs and t-shirts and jerseys, and they come out to our annual fundraiser to help us be able to do this. Our golf tournament is our first one, but we had our gala for our 8th year. So we just try to put these fundraisers on so we can continue to pour money into the environment and pour resources into the children and give them opportunities that we didn't have when we was kids. Yeah. So that's what it's all about, man. It's all about us leaving our legacy, having a mark, leaving a mark on the earth while we was here. People can always know that we were here, and just try to lead by example from some of the stuff that we didn't have when we was children.
Yeah. And now, have y'all expanded to other sports, or y'all just doing football right now?
We expanded to other sports. We all got all kinds of sports. Hey now, Miss Danston, how you doing this morning? All right, good. Yeah, we expanded to other sports now. We have football, baseball, basketball, softball, soccer, and cheerleading. So we have everything that we need. All the sports, everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. So we're just happy, man, to be able to do it. Some people don't get a chance to do it. So with us having the opportunity to do it, it's just been a blessing for us.
Yeah. Hey, you do some youth coaching too, don't you? Don't you do youth football coaching?
Yeah. How we doing? I'm actually at a youth football game right now, to where we almost about to have a game. I'm about to go out here. I coach a 7-year-old team, a tackle football 7-year-old team that I'm here right now about to try to coach and see if we can get them a victory today.
There you go. Lead them to victory, Coach.
Yep.
Well,
yes, sir.
Going back to the golf tournament real quick. So the way it's set up, you got a team of 3, and then they get paired with an Auburn or Alabama legend.
Correct. Yes, we have Alabama and Auburn. It's called the Iron Bowl Legends Benefit Gala and Iron Bowl Legends Benefit Golf Tournament, to where we have former Alabama players like Bobby Humphrey, me, myself, David, Antonio Langham, John Copeland, Derek Lassie, guys like that going to pair up with teams. Then we have our Auburn side as well, with players like Andre Bruce, Smokey Hodges, Joe Cribbs, Nick Fairley, Willie Anderson, just people. And the prizes are what's even more special. You get a life-size helmet, signed an Alabama or Auburn helmet for the first place. They have mini helmets, footballs, Alabama, Auburn jerseys for the prizes. So first, second, and third place get prizes. in the golf tournament, great prizes, man, signed by future Hall of Famers, college Hall of Famers, people that's just been in the sport. And the Iron Bowl is such a big thing in the state of Alabama, so you got a chance to get those items signed by people who played in the Iron Bowl and hang out and socialize and be a part of the atmosphere and ask questions, the same questions you're asking me on the show. You get a chance to socialize with these guys and hang out. So all the information is on our website at palmerwilliamsgroup.org, and people can learn all about what we do, not just the sports, not just the gala and the golf tournament, but all the other things that we do in the community. It's all on the website.
Well, that's awesome.
Hey, real quick before Sherman goes, you know why Sherman can walk around and talk and be good? Let me go through this list. Nate Newton, Larry Allen, Eric Williams, Mark Tuinay, 4 of the best to ever play in the NFL on the offensive line.
Yeah.
How about that, Sherman?
Exactly. Hey, man, them some
awesome.
great guys, man.
That's
Mark
exactly
Tuinay
right.
and all those guys, rest in peace. But we had a great guy. We had a great team. We had a great team of guys. We just, Michael Irvin, Deion Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Darryl Johnson. It was a great opportunity, man, to play with some great guys that played the game at the highest it could be played, highest level.
Well, we appreciate you and all the great memories that you've given us, whether they be, at Alabama or in the NFL, and we appreciate all that you're doing for the youth.
Yes, sir.
And it's amazing work. We wish you nothing but good luck. I'm sure the gala and the tournament's going to be great, and we'll have to have you back on sometime, man.
We'll do. Thanks for having me.
All right, thanks so much. That was Sherman Williams, former Alabama great legend and NFL legend.
Sherman Shake, man.
Sherman Shake, baby. We saw it many a time. This segment was sponsored by Yellowhammer Roofer, and we appreciate Yellowhammer for allowing us to have these great guests on. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080.
Congratulations to Athens High's Kamaya Walker, this week's Applebee's Neighborhood Athlete of the Week, and winner of a gift card from the Athens Applebee's, plus a Tailgate Talk t-shirt from that shirt printing place. Go to tailgatetalk.net and enter your nominations for future polls. Applebee's Tailgate Talk will be right back.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed, and insured, Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Hi, this is LaDon Townsend, Limestone County District 4 County Commissioner. Serving you these past 4 years has been an incredible journey. As an independent, I am proud to represent you, and I want to continue working for you, fixing your roads, and fighting for your constitutional rights. With Election Day coming up, many of you have asked how to vote for me. It's simple. Just fill in the circle beside my name, even if you're voting straight ticket. Thank you for your trust and support. Together, let's keep moving forward for a better Limestone County.
Paid political advertisement paid for by Friends of LaDon Townsend, 27485 Maples Road, Lester, Alabama, 35647.
P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Now that you've got that new place on the water, BP Riverworks can finish the picture with a boathouse, dock, or seawall. Call Barron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks, licensed and insured, 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097. PASnetwork.net. It's now your gateway to the Play Action Sports Network. Whether it's Play Action sports coverage of school, youth, and amateur sports from Athens and Limestone County, or Calhoun basketball, James Clement sports, and Applebee's Tailgate Talk via PAS Plus. PASnetwork.net. Follow the links to download apps to hear live streams and podcasts, enable Alexa skills, or listen live on your computer. Covering Athens and Limestone County area sports, PASnetwork.net.
This is Michael Dornay, former Big Out at the University of Alabama. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk. Roll Tide.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Joining us by, we're just going to call it the First National Bank Hotline because I ain't giving them a shout-out today, and they are making communities great. Joined by the head softball coach of the Calhoun Warhawks, Bart Stephenson. Coach, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Glad to be here.
Appreciate
Thank y'all for having me.
Know you're a busy man.
I'm not
Maybe
that
this will
bad
get
right
you
now.
out of, doing popcorn or selling hot dogs right
Yeah, I'm headed to the birthday party after this.
Oh, wow. There you go.
Grandkids.
That's awesome.
So, this your fourth year? Third? Fifth, okay. I was in the ballpark.
Time flies.
It does fly. Last year, 16-32.
16-32, got to do better.
Yeah, in the conference, but y'all played in a pretty tough conference, though.
We do. We were in a lot of games. Execution wasn't there, and, there's no excuses. We just got to get it done, but stay injury-free. We've got a good squad coming in this year. Had a great fall.
Okay.
Mentioned earlier, we played 21 games and lost 6, so I hope we can carry that into all freshman pitchers right now.
Really?
That's one thing that happened last year. Number 1 went down, and we finished with 1 PO. Then we, brought a girl in that played position to help us get through. But anyway,
how many pitchers do you carry on staff?
This year we have 7.
Okay.
Yeah. When you get down to 1 or 2 because of injuries, I went out and got and they did an outstanding job, all freshmen, and couldn't ask for any more. That work ethic they have. Sydney Hall is back with us this year helping, and she come through our program 2 years, finished at A&M. So her and Kate's putting them through the workouts, and then actually I could see a lot of improvement in our pitching staff.
How many girls overall do you have coming back?
26. We have 14 sophomores and 12 freshmen.
Wow.
And 2 of the sophomores are transfers.
Coach, of that number, what would you say percentage-wise are kids, North Alabama kids?
Yeah. 60 to 70%. And we try to stay local as much as possible. And this year, the 25 class coming in, I would probably say we're going to be 90% local.
And this is what I want to help Coach out of here. The people that go, Calhoun don't do this, or somebody don't do this. Number 1, you got to do your part. You got to send Coach Stephenson some video. You got to come to the camp. You got to do your part.
You got to be seen.
You got to be seen, man. You can't just sit there and say that.
Yeah.
Because he sees a lot and goes a lot, and you want to get it. You got to do yourself a favor.
That's a great point.
And it is. Recruiting is tough. Have a Kate Holcomb. She's over in Albertville today, actually doing that Bama, whatever that travel ball is over there today. But we get a lot of emails. Our prospect camp, the first year we were here, I got in late and we signed 13 out of that camp. And actually that was the year we went so far. Last year we picked up 8 just out of our prospect camp. And we try to run it just like we would our practice. And
okay, so that way you get a really good idea.
Good look in our setting and with our instruction, and the high school coaches do a good job with them. But the terminology is different everywhere you go.
Yeah.
And and some like it, some don't. Because it's fast-paced.
My daughter comes to this one. We got invited 2 years ago by his assistant coach to come and did it. She's probably one of the only girls here from her school, and she got to scrimmage with which was a rival to them at the time, Priceville. She played on their team.
Oh, wow.
So she loved it, man. But I'm telling you, some camps you go to is a waste. But some camps you go to, like this one, is one you're going to spend your time really getting after it the whole time you're here. So that's a good one.
Appreciate it. Yeah, she was at the team camp. We had that team camp also. So,
we had a Coach Daugherty on earlier talking about the overall sports and stuff, and we were talking about housing. have you ever ran across an incident where you had a young lady who wanted to sign, but y'all just weren't going to be able to, have a place for her to live? I mean,
Dad always taught me to be thankful for what you have, and we do the housing thing comes up, and yes, to answer your question, every year. I just had one.
That's tough.
Late 25, that was the deal breaker, I guess is the best way to put it. Housing, especially if we try to stay within a 3-hour radius as much as possible. But it plays a big part in the decision. It wouldn't be, I know parents leave it up to the kids a lot, but apartments are expensive.
Heck yeah.
And we do have the housing downtown now that we share with
But I mean, that's for every sport, right?
That's for everybody. That's arts. But the girls that I had that put in for that actually got in.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that, I think about that sometimes. I'd hate for any of y'all to lose an athlete because of that.
Yeah. It would be easier on us too if we had them all under one roof. If we want a 5 o'clock workout or 6 a.m. Right now I have 2 kids driving an hour and 20 minutes one way. And as a parent, when I call an early morning workout, it's always on the back of my mind. Safety.
Yeah. You don't want to have to get on the road at 5 o'clock to be here
or getting off the bus at midnight heading home.
Right.
So
that's right.
That's one thing that I try to take into account when we schedule practices and whatever. And that's another reason, everything we do is, I always say coaches are the biggest thieves out there. We get stuff from every other coach. And Middle Tennessee, when I first got here, he was an old football guy like me, and I just picked his brains. That's the first team we played, and everything they did was fast. So we try to do that, and we can get in and get out in 2 hours, 2.5 hours practice.
And get it all done. That's good.
Yeah. Coach, how many of your girls, where are some places your girls have moved on to after they played with you guys down here at Calhoun? Where some?
Yeah, we've been blessed with some good kids. Catchers is one thing that I feel like we developed well here. Every catcher we've had has been offered or signed. Kelly from last year's at Mobile. We've had the Cowart kid from Huntsville went to West Alabama. Garrison's in Memphis from Priceville. We've got UAH. Bryson went to UAH. A&M has a new coaching staff over there now, Roy and we're developing relationships with the new coach, but A&M's always, we had, 3 over there at one time.
That's good.
Faulkner. So to answer your question, again, it's everybody that could play, that wanted to play, has had an opportunity to go on to the next level.
That's a testament to you and your staff. You're preparing them for that next level. Coaches see that,
And it's... a lot of these schools, the one thing they ask them when they recruit, are you wanting to play at the next level? And if they say no, they go on and look further. Because think about it, JUCO, we have a turnover rate every 2 years or every year. It's tough.
Yeah, it's tough.
But if you have those kids that's thinking, hey, this is just a stepping stone for my next, chapter, they're going to do everything they can to be successful.
Season in, season out, you're potentially losing half, if not more, half of your team, depending,
tough.
and then having to replenish that every year, man.
Every year.
That's got to be crazy.
Fall is all about developing, seeing what you have. We'll have them for 2 to 3 weeks when we start playing. We'll report in January, I think, the 10th. And this year I backed it up a week. We'll play February the 4th, so we should have a 3-week practice. Yeah. So,
letting it warm up some, Coach, so y'all can play when it's a little bit warmer in February.
I like playing in the fall. I've always wondered, it's... We didn't have one rain.
I was going to say, y'all don't have any rain outs. We went through a drought, basically, and really probably only a few days that were kind of cool, but not many, if any. This fall's been pretty mild.
A lot of these kids like to play when it's hot. So, we was at it for 8 weeks. Not one rain out. Wait till February. Play every other day.
Well, but you know what? As a player, I don't know. I love to play. And thank goodness we didn't start that early back in the day. But man, I don't want to be out there in 35-degree weather trying to hit a ball. I just don't.
It's not fun. And now, not only is it not fun, it's not fun for folks, dads that go out and spend $400 or $500 on bats. Gonna bust when it's cold.
Crack and break.
Gosh almighty, man.
Well, speaking of the upcoming season, and I was asking Coach Daugherty earlier, like, obviously there's so many teams in the conference. How many conference games do y'all normally have? About 20? If that means, well, your record was.
We went this year. No,
24.
This year we picked up Gadsden State and Northeast Alabama. They're going to be D1 also, so you can add 8 more games.
Okay.
So
do y'all play any of the D2 in the conference, or is it all?
No, it's just D1.
Okay.
It's tough.
Okay.
It's tough. Coastal South is in with us out of Bay Minette, and everybody else is mainly North Alabama.
That's a pretty good drive there.
It is. For them, it's tough because they have to come this way so much, so we will be going down there and just play our series there this year, and they'll come here next. Yeah, we do have our non-conference game starts in February, and we're booked. I scheduled Northwest Mississippi yesterday to finish that up, so we're looking forward to it. The turnover rates, you don't know what everybody has from year in, year out.
Yeah, there's no way to really scout that.
And, it's just all about staying healthy and executing. I mean, we had runners at second. Seemed like for 2 years now, we just one-run deficit, couldn't get them across.
That's got to be aggravating.
Well, we've installed some things in practices that put a little pressure on the girls, and we do a one-pitch scrimmage. We do a lot of situations where, runners at second, hey, whoever, gets her home the most wins a prize, so.
Got to have that incentive.
We have to do something.
Well, maybe they'll learn from it, because it's that's got to be aggravating, especially in a one-run loss or something like that, when you've left 3 or 4, stranded on second and third, and can't win games like that if they're not coming around and touching home.
I know, but this year's group, now I'm going to go ahead and tell you, they are close.
That's great.
Their work ethic. I've loved all the girls we've had here, and every one of them's done outstanding. But it's something about this bunch that they go above and beyond, day in and day out. And that's tough to do, because the transition from high school to college is tough, and that first week it's kind of overwhelming for them.
Well, I'm sure. Well, between that and then you're. At some point, once you get in the mix, you realize, hey, I'm competing against her and her for that spot.
Right.
And it can become, or could become, confrontational or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it sounds like it's not.
We don't have that, and it's just like buying a new vehicle. You're going to wash it every day for a week, or, if you buy a new one and the new wears off.
Yeah.
Here, with this year's bunch, the new hasn't worn off yet. They still doing like they did from day one.
Let me tell you, one of the guys Coach signed over there at school, she went to high school with my daughter, and you talking about work ethic and going up there and extra, staying after, because my daughter tried to stay with her. Well, there's one more now that's her name's Lily Bethune. She's committed to Middle Tennessee. But the one I'm talking about is Addie Wallace. It's those, mine and those, they stay extra. They want to hit more. And I'm grateful that Lily had older girls, and she was 8th and 9th grade in that time, that showed her how to work a little bit harder and a little bit extra, because, man, softball's a game where you got to get your swings and you got to do extra if you want to just try to stay ahead down the field.
That's true. The adjustments you have to make, the mental side of it, we play a 60 game. Weather permit in the spring.
That's a big difference.
You have to be mentally tough to get. We call it the grind, because that's what it is.
It is a grind.
Addie Wallace, she's a good one now.
And she's another kid that gets to live at home and drive to school every day. That was big for her, I know.
I was going to ask you earlier, whenever y'all go to these further away schools, obviously you're going to play doubleheader, but, do y'all try to schedule like a series, like, where you spend a night maybe and then play the next day, or is it just 2 games and out?
Yeah, in the fall we do, but conference in the spring is other than Coastal South, we'll spend 2 nights down there because we'll play a 4-game series. There again, with all of our conference play is generally in this area. We're fine to go and play and come back the same day. Bus drivers have a 10-hour max that they can drive in a day. You know, so if he's anything over 5 hours, we spend the night.
Okay.
So yeah.
I guess that's a good rule. Safety first.
Yeah, and I'll tell you one thing: our girls play better after we stay in the hotel the night before because we leave at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, going somewhere. All they're gonna do is sleep half. I get them up an hour before we get there. So.
That's right.
Does NIL have any effect on this level, or you guys are?
It will eventually, but I don't know much about it to speak about it. You know, I'm getting on up there. I still believe in playing because you love the game and be where your feet are. And teammates counting on you today. It's like we was talking earlier. You might have a guy or a girl that's played on 3 teams before they graduate. I mean, how do you build a program by doing that? It's tough.
Well, just a couple of weeks ago, Tony Bennett, head coach at University of Virginia basketball team, men's team, who won a national championship, I don't know, just a few years ago, he's done. He quit. And it was all because of the NIL and transfer portal. He said, I'm too old for this. He said, I'm not the coach to coach this era of sports. He said, I'm old school.
And I'm getting on up there too. And I've coached every sport. Basically, baseball, football, basketball for 1 year. I didn't like dressing up. But anyway, then softball. But, I've seen a change in it. The kids are, like I mentioned earlier, the kids are still going, it's just, I don't know, it's just something different. But
a lot different.
They do not play in the yard no more, man. There's no knockdown, drag-out neighborhood football game.
Listen, So I know you know Coach Davis, Josh Davis, Coach Legg. Coach Stevenson, do you know Coach Davis? Okay, he coached girls basketball days for years and stuff. Great man, great dude. His wife, Lee, was my son's 5th grade teacher. Great family. Man, Josh built this awesome. They live right there, coming out of the four-way or the roundabout. But anyway, built this huge basketball court. It's probably, I don't know, from the road, it looks like it's about 60 feet. Super nice goals, man, up and down. And then got volleyball. I ain't never seen nobody. 0. I pass that house 20 times a day. And then, like you said, you don't see anybody outside throwing football. You don't see anybody shooting basketball, anybody throwing baseball. And I know that's all we had to probably do when we were coming up.
And I was raised on a farm. And Sammy Goats, I don't know if you remember him. He went on to play football at Austin Peay's, a doctorate over here at UAH or whatever. But anyway, after we'd get off the tractor, whatever sport was in, we was either hitting a baseball or playing basketball or football, then the whole community.
Oh, yeah.
Kids, and adults too.
I grew up right off Lindsay Lane, right there by Lake Ida. And all my buddies lived in those subdivisions up there off Lindsay Lane. And we went to one particular, John Harlow, he played basketball at Athens, stick. And, dude, we were over. Matter of fact, there was a vacant lot. And we did the Olympics one year. We had high jump, javelin. We did the whole show, man. 30-yard, we couldn't run 50 because it wasn't long enough. But, we would do stuff like that. And then just make up crazy games. We were always out there playing, riding bikes, shooting ball, throwing a ball.
But those are the things you remember the most.
No, the most, man.
And it helps you.
Oh, yeah.
It helps you. I believe in kids playing, multiple sports too. But anyway.
Well, Coach, man, we appreciate you joining us. We'll certainly be rooting for you, and we'll have you back.
Hey, man, listen, y'all. It's 20 minutes down the road to watch Calhoun play college softball. Come down here and watch these guys play. It's worth it. We went out there. They played a game at Athens a few weeks ago. We went and watched them. Man, they're good. They're on the cusp of being real good. Like I told Bart, Coach Stephenson here, if he ever gets him some help other than Crump, he'll be all right. But he's also got, Sydney's a Ardmore girl, Sydney Hall. And man, I can say it's good stuff about her, and like I said, it's close by. They'd love to have you. It's easy to get in and out here, the whole 9 yards.
And you're doing a great job. So
we appreciate y'all and what y'all do. So
well, thanks for joining us, buddy, and we'll have you back on later to talk about how the season's going. All right.
Good, thank you.
All right. That was Coach Bart Stephenson, the women's softball head coach here at Calhoun Community College. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk on WKC, the Big 1080.
Hear Applebee's Tailgate Talk anywhere you go by downloading the PAS Plus app for your Android or iPhone. We'll be back with more after this.
Limestone Drug, located on the square in downtown Athens, is your local Health Mart pharmacy. As your local Health Mart pharmacy, Limestone Drug is locally owned and has a personal commitment to the community. Limestone Drug honors prescription drug plans, including Medicare. They accept flex spending cards and fill prescriptions in minutes, not hours. Limestone Drug knows there's nothing more important than your family's well-being. So shop Limestone Drug at 200 West Market Street in Athens, your local Health Mart pharmacy. Limestone Drug, caring for you and about you.
What is community? I am First National Bank Student Advisory Board member Hadley Madison from East Limestone High School. And to me, community is supporting those who connect us. First National Bank proudly supports our neighbors, businesses, schools, and organizations that make Limestone County a great place to live and to work. First National Bank, making communities great. Member FDIC.
Daly & Son Car Care is Ardmore's only one-stop auto repair and tire shop. Whether it's major mechanic or brake work or routine maintenance like an oil change or lube job, Daly & Son Car Care has been satisfying customers all over with their fast and friendly service. They're also your headquarters for quality Cooper tires. Stop by and see Wayne, Nikki, or Dale at 25600 Main Street in Ardmore, Tennessee, or call them at 931-427-4651. They're on Facebook, too. Daly & Son Car Care, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 till 5, and Saturday, 7:30 till noon.
For screen printing, sign printing, banners, logo design, and more, look no further than That Shirt Printing Place. Located at 709 North Jefferson Street in Athens. Call 256-444-1827. That Shirt Printing Place. Visit them online at thatshirtprintingplacellc.com. Look for them on Facebook too. That Shirt Printing Place. 256-444-1927. That Shirt Printing Place.
Now on a platform near you, the only year-round weekly podcast covering the Huntsville Havoc, the Freak Havoc podcast. News, interviews, and more. Dropping every Thursday, we'll just reek of the Huntsville Havoc. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and listen, follow, and subscribe on your favorite platform via the PAS Plus app and online at wreakinhavoc.com.
Hey, this is James Clemens boys basketball coach Bryson Telvis, and you're listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk.
Welcome back to Applebee's Tailgate Talk here on WKC, the Big 1080. Todd, D-Town, and Tom Merlin, alongside producer extraordinaire Tim Lambert. Coach Clint Legg. We kind of lost some of our Calhoun coaches. So, Coach, you and me can just talk about whatever we want to talk about, buddy.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm really impressed. I've been down here some this summer. They played volleyball play dates, and they played some basketball play dates. How they've improved. The floor looks great.
Oh, it looks great.
The facilities look better. And with AJ here, somebody that cares about Calhoun athletics, I think the sky's the limit of what they're going to do. I just hope they stick to the plan of recruiting, kids that are from the North Alabama area, which I've always said this, man. I do not understand UNA. Yeah. UNA football, UNA, totally. UNA, if they would recruit, let's just say Birmingham North.
Yep.
Then put just a circle around that area. Yep. Guys, I'm telling you, at UNA, you want a packed house.
Thank you. And I mean, when you got grandmas, aunts, uncles, friends, former coaches.
By the way, Todd, there's nothing that fires me up any more than the background. It's just some boss man D-Lo.
There we go, brother. Pump it.
That's it. That's awesome.
I mean,
but yeah,
you
man.
make a great point. I mean,
that's what you got to do to win.
It's sad when you go to UNA game, nobody's there because, like you say, the players are from wherever, and there's a lot of talent in this area.
I think there's enough kids from Birmingham North to the state line of Georgia to win in college football at a sub level like it is. I just really think it is.
Do you think? Well, no, they were really kind of doing this before, but do you think when they went D1 that even put a bigger kibosh on them not?
Say that again.
Do you think? I mean, like I said, I think they were kind of doing it before, but do you think when they went D1, do you think that made them think that they even had to go further more out?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I mean, I don't know if they're ready for that or not. I mean,
they're not.
Obviously, I tell you who's doing a great job this year is Jacksonville State. Yeah. They're winning some games they shouldn't win in football. Troy's kind of took the back seat because Coach Summerall went to Tulane. Yeah. It's a new coaching staff. Yeah. UAB, the new coaching staff, took a big-time back seat from where it was with
what's going on? I mean, dude, they have imploded.
Well, all I know is this. Bill Clark is a great football coach. Yeah. There's something to be said about a guy that really knows how to control the outside clutter that goes on, and it was Bill Clark. He had a great staff. My buddy David Reeves, one of them. Now David's the head coach at Jasper. I mean, just a staff and the guys they recruited. Yeah, they went to JUCO level, but Clark got his guys, and it's just not. I don't know, man. If you want to go to UAB to play football, here's why it's so nice. A real nice stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Real nice place. Real nice place to go to school.
Great atmosphere.
I think so as well. But I don't know what's going on there. Some people are just not the fit. You know, the guy that was at Mississippi State last year, Zach, whatever his name was, the defensive guy. He just wasn't a fit. And he tried to follow up one of the greatest legends of Mississippi State football, Mike Leach. Yeah. And I think the guy they got now is a fit. He's just got to get him some players in down there.
And he will.
And I hope that happens. But like I said, man, I'm excited about coming here. We got to come watch them play a little softball and basketball season. Man, I'm trying to convince some of our girls that hadn't got any offers that, if they want to get some to come down here and see if they can get some love. I've known Candace my whole life. I've known Jamie. I went to high school with Jamie Freeman's mom. AJ is a superstar. Bart's a great coach, a player's coach, and he's a football coach that's now a softball coach. And what else would you want as a dad to send your girl to get better?
Yeah, he's got that football mentality.
He does. He really does. And he's got a good staff with him. Pretty nice. But when they keep putting money in facilities, like now the way to go in softball, baseball, whether you like it or not, is turf. When they decide to pour the money in that, somewhere for them to live on campus, a.k.a. the cabanas, that's crazy for not.
To me, that's a big thing. I mean, they've got buildings going all up and down this campus. And for them to not be able to throw out.
I mean, and to be honest with you, Todd, I took my daughter to Belmont. That's where Chastity played basketball. We went to softball camp there. One of the big negatives for us is the softball field. Belmont is downtown Nashville, but the softball field is like driving from here to the Decatur Bridge from campus. And I just think it's a field. When everything's right there, you ain't got to worry about where the kids go. More people's going to come if it's on campus,
They have room?
No. Neither does Vandy, but I don't understand why Vandy doesn't have softball right now. Softball is a rising sport.
Because
I know the regulations. I know. But they may not have a on field, but Vandy could do it off. And just because it's the SEC and it's a great place to send a girl to school that makes good grades,
They've got, this probably sounds goofy, but they've got that awesome turf field, completely turf, not even dirt in the infield. So since it is completely turf, you can't just put up a temporary fence out there and then move the bases in and then to move the mound in for softball.
That's right.
I mean, You could, right?
Yeah.
I mean, as far as that goes.
But at Vandy, I don't know if Corbin would want that or not. He's pretty much runs Vandy now, you know.
Well, softball doesn't even have a mound.
That's right.
That's true.
So
yeah, they don't
pitch in front of
pitch in front of the mound.
We play at a lot of places like that, y'all, where it's a baseball field because it's turf. Let's move the pitcher's the rubber up for them to pitch off of.
Yes, that's what I mean.
But I'm going to be an opponent. I think that's where my daughter hurt her back. Was swinging on a wet turf field and slipped. But we've learned our lesson. We'll be wearing spikes from here on out. Not spikes,
I think that's
rubber
just
shoes.
odd. I mean, you've seen Vandy Field, right? Baseball field. Is that not weird not having dirt? Like when you're sliding, like here's the thing about wearing the cleats. Don't you think that might be dangerous if you're sliding into second and the cleat catching the turf and you're ripping an ankle or a knee? I mean,
yes, sir. What about the legend fixer referee this game, Wayne Burks?
Oh, big Wayne down there, Burke.
See him?
Yeah, I see him.
Look at him.
Holy smoke, Wayne has got, I'm 59, that dude's got to be 64, 5.
Yeah. Just show you Wayne's living the easy life, man, you know.
Oh, boy.
I'm telling you, man, if you've got nothing to do today, it's basketball. And this, you may as well say a donation to Calhoun Sports. And they're not going to ask you for another donation for the rest of the year. So
no, that's
why not?
Exactly right.
Why not?
Itawamba girls versus Motlow. So, and then there'll be a boys game afterwards. I don't remember who.
Well, and I also know this for you ain't got nothing to do next week. The middle school, there's a middle school preseason tournament at West Limestone starts next Monday. So you got something to do next Monday. Head on out to West Limestone to watch them and see what's going on out there.
Glad you brought that up. Well, Coach, man, we've reached another great show. Thanks for joining us, man. As always, you make the time fly by, and I appreciate it.
Awesome.
For Tide, the talent Tom Merlin, Coach Clint Legg, and producer extraordinary Tim Lambert, you have been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk, and we will be back next week.
Roll Tide.
While others have come and gone, the Lion's Den Gym has been roaring as a workout and exercise fixture in Athens, growing from its humble basement beginnings in 1981 to their current 10,000 square foot location at 212 Commercial Drive in Athens. The Lion's Den offers 24/7 access to their ever-expanding equipment collection that includes treadmills and climbers, elliptical trainers, stationary bikes, loose weights and dumbbells, and over 45 different weight machines. Contact the Lion's Den Gym about a membership today at 256-652-2627. Visit them online at lionsdengym.com or on Facebook, The Lions Den Gym, 256-652-2627. When things go wrong, State Farm is here to help life go right. And Agent Michael Howell is the one who can help get things back on track. See Michael for your auto, home, life, health, property, and business insurance, and be ready for those unexpected twists that life throws at you. Ask about banking and annuities, too. Call State Farm Agent Michael Howell at 232-5400. Visit him online at michaelhowell.net or go see him at 903 South Clinton Street in Athens. State Farm Agent Michael Howell. There when things go wrong, here to help life go right. If your place on the water needs some attention, call BP Riverworks. Boathouses, docks, seawalls, and repairs. Call Barron Pugh at 251-200-2273 or Tracer Pugh at 256-206-7097. BP Riverworks. Licensed and insured 251-200-2273 or 256-206-7097.
Your roof is the first line of defense for your home. Do you have water stains on your ceiling, paint peeling off your walls, shingles missing? It's probably time for you to get your free roof inspection. Locally owned and operated, licensed and insured. Yellowhammer Roofing is the Yellowhammer State hometown team. Yellowhammer Roofing. Let our family protect what's most important to you, your family. 256-232-1933 or online at yellowhammerroofing.com.
Home security is not what it used to be. With Secure Connect and Smart Home integration features, you can unlock your doors and turn off your alarm from your Smart Home app. No more hiding a key under a rock. Get Secure Connect and live life connected. Call Ardmore Telephone Company at 800-830-9946 to secure your home today.
Do P4 Therapy is an outpatient provider offering community-based care with a unique partnership model that allows them to consistently deliver world-class outpatient care, emphasizing personalized hands-on treatment. Whether it's orthopedic, physical, geriatric, or manual therapy, sports or neuro rehab, telehealth, or most any type of muscle or joint pain, P4 Physical Therapy promises to treat you with integrity, compassion, faithfulness, and selflessness. Locations in northern Alabama and southern Tennessee. Look for them on Facebook or online at p4physicaltherapy.com. Want to howl with the Havoc this season? Now's your chance from Tailgate Talk and the Huntsville Havoc. Just go to tailgatetalk.net and register your name. Then listen to Applebee's Tailgate Talk this Saturday morning at 10 on WKAC Radio as we announce the winners of Huntsville Havoc tickets. Howl with the Havoc this season from the Huntsville Havoc and Applebee's Tailgate Talk. You've been listening to Applebee's Tailgate Talk live on location. You can hear the archive of this and other shows online at tailgatetalk.net. Join us next Saturday at 10 a.m. on 1080 WKAC. Applebee's Tailgate Talk is a production of Play Action Sports on 1080 WKAC.